So let me ask you, what is the love of God? What is it to be loved by God? And the answer is that God sustains and exalts His holiness for your enjoyment forever. That's the love of God. I'll say it again. The love of God is His passion to sustain and uphold and exalt His holiness in His Son for your everlasting enjoyment. If you put yourself at the center, you're suicidal, because it robs you of the very glory of God and His enjoyment. Now, in closing, if this happens, and I pray it happen, that God would turn this generation into a generation passionate for the holiness of God, everything would change. Everything would change. Your view of sin would change if He gave you a passion for the holiness of God. You would no longer think in terms of sin as the damaging of man, but as the dishonoring of God. You would no longer think of sin as the choice of pleasure, but the loss of pleasure. It would change the way you view the righteousness of God. You would no longer think of the righteousness of God of simply doing what is right by you. You would think the righteousness of God is His unswerving allegiance to always be right by Himself, that is, to exalt what is infinitely worthy, namely His holiness and His glory. It would change the way you look at the cross. Oh, it would be precious. You would sing, I love the cross, I love the cross. But you would sing about your love for the cross, not like you're told in so many books and so many sermons, that there you can see how much you were valuable to God. But rather, you would stand at the cross and see two things. You would see how infinitely valuable the holiness, the righteousness, and the honor of God is, that when you trampled it underfoot by your sins, God knew the only way to vindicate His righteousness was to slay His own Son. That's how serious your sin is. That's how glorious God is. It's not about your worth. And the other thing that you will see at the cross is that this is how much He was willing to pay to make you happy in His holiness. If you will be changed,